The man who gave away his peace, a long, powerful, emotional, life-changing story. Have you ever felt angry because of someone's words? A friend insulted you. A coworker disrespected you. Someone ignored your message, and your entire mood collapsed. But the truth is simple. No one can steal your peace unless you hand it to them. This is the story of a man who lived his whole life believing the world was wrong, until a single meeting shattered his beliefs and rebuilt him from within. And maybe, somewhere inside this story, you will find yourself too. In a quiet valley surrounded by blue mountains, lived a man named Zayan Idris. Zayan was known for many things, but above all, his uncontrollable anger. If his wife forgot to warm the tea, he exploded. If a goat entered his farm, he cursed loudly. If children laughed too much, he shouted, "Is this a place to make noise? Go home." People feared him. Some avoided him, and some pitied him. But Zayan always said the same thing. "I am not the problem. People are. If they respected me, I wouldn't be angry." His wife, Lena, spoke softly. "Zayun, why do you let small things break your peace?" He ignored her every time. One winter morning, a traveler arrived in the valley. He wore simple gray robes, carried no belongings, and had eyes that looked like they could see straight into a person's soul. His name was Master Arvin. People whispered, "He is not an ordinary monk. His silence teaches more than most people's words." He sat beneath a massive ancient banyan tree near the river, and villagers gathered around him just to feel calmer. Lena said, "Zayan, go meet him. Please. I want you to find peace." Zayan scoffed. "What will a monk teach me? He doesn't know the kind of fools I deal with." But life has its way of forcing lessons. One afternoon, while Zayan fixed the fence around his field, the neighbor's teenage son accidentally knocked over a bucket of nails, scattering them everywhere. Zajan's rage exploded like thunder. He shouted so violently that even the cows ran. The boy's hands shook as he ran home in tears. The entire village heard the anger. But that evening, Zajan sat alone, staring at his hands, and for the first time whispered, "Why does shouting make me feel emptier than silence?" His chest felt tight. A strange heaviness pressed on him. He couldn't sleep that night. Before sunrise, he found himself walking toward the banyan tree. Master Arvin sat with closed eyes, breathing gently. Zayun stood there, awkward and unsure. Finally, he said, "Master, I'm tired. Everyone makes me angry, and I can't control myself." The monk opened his eyes and smiled like he had been expecting him. "Sit, my friend." Then he asked, "When someone angers you, how long does it stay inside you?" Zayan swallowed. "Sometimes. Hours, sometimes a whole day. And when the anger leaves, how do you feel? Empty, sad, weak, guilty?" The monk nodded. "Because anger burns only one person, the one holding it." He picked up a bowl of water. "This water is calm now, but watch." He shook it gently. The reflection in the water disappeared. When your mind is shaken by anger, you can no longer see truth. Zajan frowned. "So I must stay quiet even when someone insults me?" Arvin smiled. "No. You must learn to respond, not react. There is a difference. When someone throws dirt at you, you can choose to catch it, or to step. Así de peace," he said, "is a choice you must make repeatedly." The next morning, Master Arvin gave Zayan a task. "Bring a pot of water and a handful of soiled sayan over yet. Now boil it," said the monk. As the water bubbled, the monk asked, "Can you touch it?" Zayan shook his head. "It's too hot." "That is your anger," the monk said. "When emotions boil, peace burns." He dropped the soil into the pot. The water became muddy and ugly. "This is your mind when you react." He then poured the water into a clear bowl. Slowly, the soil settled at the bottom. "And this is your mind when you calm yourself before speaking, before judging, before shouting." Zayan stared silently. For the first time in years, he felt something shift inside him. For the next several days, Zajian practiced. When someone irritated him, he clenched his fists, but breathed slowly. He remembered. Step aside. Don't catch the dirt. One morning at the market, a shopkeeper tried to cheat him. The old Zayan would have shouted for an hour. But this time he sighed calmly. I prefer to buy from someone honest. The shopkeeper froze in shock. Zajian walked away with a strange new feeling. Peace. That night, he slept like a child. But life always tests those who try to change. One day, a group of young men mocked him. Look, the fire-breathing Zajian has become a saint. They laughed loudly. The heat rose inside him. His face tightened. His hands trembled. The old Zehong pushed at him from inside, shouted them. Show them who you are. But then he heard the monk's voice in his mind. When someone throws dirt, step aside. Zayan closed his eyes. He took a long breath. Then he simply said, My anger used to control me. Not anymore. The young men fell silent. Something about his calmness scared them more than his anger ever had. That evening Zajian returned to the banyan tree. Master Arvin looked at him and smiled. You passed the hardest test. Not defeating others, but defeating yourself. Zayan bowed his head. For the first time in his life, he felt free. The monk added softly, Remember, Zayan, peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the ability to stay calm in the middle of them. And from that day onward, Zajian Idris was no longer known as the angry man of the valley. People came to him for advice. Children no longer ran from him. They ran to him. He finally understood the lesson that changed his life. You cannot control others, but you can always control your reaction. And the one who controls his reaction controls his world. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember to subscribe for more stories that can help you find your own peace. Thanks for watching.